Hello, everybody. My name is Guillermo Fisher. We're going to talk about eliminating invisible work. Thank you, Mike, for the intro. So Guillermo is pronounced Guillermo. I have been in tech for about 20 years, served in a number of different roles. I'm currently a senior engineering manager at Handshake, running a fully distributed team. Our primary purpose is to support career services centers at universities. I also run 757 Color Coded, like Mike said. That organization partners with other local organizations to help empower and educate people of color to achieve careers in technology. And as of November of last year, I'm also an AWS data hero. I blog about AWS stuff on Medium and usually do talks and stuff like that. Plans are changing now, but that's what the hero thing is about. If you're interested in learning more about me, you can do that on bklyn.dev. That's on my website, or on all social media stuff at Guillermo Andre. So the first time I came across the term invisible work was in the context of shared parenting responsibilities. And essentially, in many homes, mothers do work that goes unnoticed by their partners. So there are tasks associated with things associated with keeping the house running, like keeping schedules, keeping children clean, managing dentist appointments, planning vacations, lots of other work like that. And in many cases, the mom is doing all of this stuff while also working a full-time job. And that work going unseen can leave that mother feeling underappreciated and overwhelmed. This kind of thing happened actually in my marriage. I had a frank discussion with my wife pretty early on in our marriage where she made it clear to me that I wasn't doing enough. She was taking on too much. He let me know what she was doing on a day-to-day basis, and I felt really ashamed that I wasn't supporting her, that I wasn't seeing or thinking about all the stuff that she was actually doing to make sure that our lives are running well. We ultimately worked it out, and our marriage is better as a result. But this idea of invisible work can apply in other areas as well, like in the world of software development. Fast forward a few years, I'm a dev at a company and working on stuff that was obviously far less important than motherhood. I was taking on sprint work. I was also helping the marketing team work on a company website, managing small WordPress sites, working on the CI/CD pipeline so that all the devs could deploy their code and run their tests, making sure Jenkins servers were up, working on a proof of concept, and on and on and on the list goes. No one knew I was doing all of those things. No one knew I was up at 2 a.m. writing code. But people knew if something was late or if it took longer than expected for a simple change to be pushed out to prod. And because of that, because of all those things going on at the same time, I felt underappreciated. I felt like I was giving the company all of my time, but I wasn't being recognized for all of it. So what happened? This kind of thing can have a couple different outcomes. One is you're part of a team that's supposed to be making commitments to deliver, I don't know, sprint points or deliver features. And because I was on a team and I wasn't being transparent about the things I was doing, I was actually not delivering things on time because I was making commitments to 40 different people and sometimes just not able to juggle all of that. So what that led to was my team not meeting their deadlines. It also led to me not sharing knowledge about the things I was working on. So there might have been different parts of the application that I was the only one working on, or that people might not have even known that there were problems with this part of the application. I was working on them myself. I was solving the problems myself. I was kind of hoarding all the knowledge about these things to myself and not sharing that stuff, letting the other team members grow. And eventually I got burnt out. I was tired of the company that I was working with. I wanted to look for another job. I was also sick of software development in general. And I was looking into project management, product management, technical writing, anything but actual dev. I didn't want to be on call 24/7. I didn't want to do the dev work anymore. How did I solve this problem? How do you solve the problem of invisible work and the kind of invisible emotional stuff tied to it? Simply make it visible. So there were a couple of things that happened in order to enable me to do that. The most important thing was I had a manager a new manager who had a bunch of different conversations as he got settled into his new role. He sat me down. He said, "Look, I've had maybe 30 conversations. Your name came up in 20 of them, and that's not good. That means you're doing too much. That means we're leaning on you too much. So what I need you to do is write down all of the things that you're working on right now." So I made the work visible to myself and I made it visible to him. And as a result of that, I got the support I needed. Um, I was able to, once I actually saw the list of things that I was working on, I could easily see that I was working on too much. He could see that things weren't in the right priority order, that I needed help, and that there was stuff I was working on that I actually didn't need to be working on at all. So he was able to take some things off my plate. He was able to get me some support from other folks. And I was also able to work with him to better set expectations about what I could and couldn't do. So that's from an individual contributor's point of view, that those are the benefits there. But as a manager, I currently run a team. I don't want my people doing invisible work either, right? So I've established a policy on my team. If there's no, we use Jira, we're a Scrum team. If there's no card for the work, then there's no work to be done. If I can't track the work, if I can't report on the value that my team is bringing, then we're not going to do that work. And as a manager who doesn't actually write code, I need to be able to do that as well. I need to be able to visualize or make visible the work that I'm doing, which is a bit difficult sometimes, especially for more sensitive work. But I can set up my calendar and make that visible to other people on my team and within the organization, so they know when I'm in meetings what those meetings are about. Or I can set focus blocks and say, I'm working on this document. I have a one-to-one. I'm working on development plans. I make that visible. I make my work visible through my calendar. There are tools you can use, obviously, to help with this. The tools aren't the solution. They are just that. They are tools. What you have to do is commit to making sure that you are making your work visible. Commit to showing what value you're bringing to your organization and to your team. I think most people, a lot of people, I won't say most, within software engineering use Scrum or Kanban. There are Kanban boards, and on those boards you see cards. Those cards represent work, and you can move those cards as they change status. So, something that's in progress is in one column, something that's done is in another column. This is in Jira. It's a pretty common tool, but there are other tools that you can use as well. Asana is a great project management tool that can help you, visualize work, just kind of record the work and then share it. Trello, it's got a great a Kanban boardy look as well. GitHub's got GitHub projects, and of course Jira. But just doing something as simple as writing down your work, listing it, or using Post-it notes, whatever. Just get it down so you can actually see it, so that you can actually share with other people, so you can get the help that you need. So what's on your plate? Think about all the things that you're actually working on right now. Think about the stuff that you've had to take on as a result of you maybe working remotely now. Take the time to actually get all that stuff out of your head onto a piece of paper or into Jira or wherever it is, so that you can get the help that you need, so that you can show people the value that you're bringing to the team, to the organization, to your partnership, whatever it is. And that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you.